So children, today topic is goods and service tax, one country, one tax. GST is a destination based tax on consumption of goods and services. It is proposed to be levied at all stages right from manufacturer up to final consumption with credit of taxes paid at previous stages available as set off. So children, according the GST it is a single indirect tax which has replaced many indirect taxes in India like excise duty, VAT, value added tax, service tax, etc. for the whole nation, one which made India is a unified common market. It is a single tax on the supply of goods and services, right from the manufacturer to the consumer. No comprehensive input tax system. The the GST Goods and Service Tax Act was passed in the Parliament on 29th of March 2017 and came into effect on 1st July 2017. So children, according this, goods and service tax is a tax, single tax which will be applied in a whole nation. So children, according this, GST is a single indirect tax. The points are GST is a single indirect tax. Second, applied in whole nation. Second is this is a single tax. No comprehensive taxes has included in GST, and we can be prepare a equation for GST. Equation is goods plus services plus tax is equals to GST. So according this, now the government has followed this equation, goods plus services plus tax is equals to GST. But earlier the government has used many type of taxes on the product and services. So now these taxes has removed. Now this time and only one equation has followed by the government, central government or state government, that is GST, and goods plus service plus tax is equals to GST. It is a equal equation for followed by all the central and state government has. Next is the government has categorized items in 5 major slabs. So the government has categorized items in 5 major slabs. First, 0%. In this, essential goods will be included. Essential items only, like also we can call daily needs good. Okay, daily needed goods like rice, wheat, vegetables, salt, oil, etc. So the government has divided the slabs according to the taxes. So first slab is 0%. So according this, on these goods no tax will be applied on the essential goods. So like rice, wheat, vegetables, salt, oil, on these items no tax will be applied. So this will be included in zero categorized taxes. Second is 5% tax. So 5% tax will be included on the charge on items of mass consumption like coffee, tea, umbrella, milk powder, newspapers, etc. So 5% tax will be applied on these items or many more like coffee, tea, umbrella, milk powder, newspaper, etc. Next tax rate is 12% to 18%. So 12% to 18% tax will be applied on the items, also called standard rates. Standard rates covering most manufactured like ghee, toothpaste, juice, jam, soup, ice cream, etc. So children, according this 12 to 18% tax will be applied on standard goods like ghee, butter, toothpaste, soup, jam, biogas, LPG. Okay. Next is 28%. Next 28% will be charged on consumer durable goods, also called consumer durable goods like pan masala, shampoo, cement, tobacco, drinks, hair dyes, hair cream, and hair color, etc. So 28% will be charged tax on consumer durable goods like pan masala, shampoo, cement, tobacco, drinks, hair dye, hair color, and hair cream. So many more items will be included in the category 28%. So children, according this is a multi-stage tax because it will be applicable on every point of sale, whether it will be in central sale or central state sale. Okay, so now I have explained an example how can be the how can the government has charged tax on central state and state government. So children, in first I have explained how the process uh, perform a manufacturer to a consumer. Okay, so when a firm has prepared any product and it provide to consumer, that time many steps will be used. So according this I have explained an example. Multi-stage will be used by a producer at the end to consumer when the producer has sent the product. Okay, so there is a chain. So there is a chain will be prepared starting from manufacturer and until the final sale to the consumer. So children, according this chain, we will start the process from the manufacturer to the last end consumer. Okay, so following stages will be following in this process. First, purchase of raw material. So suppose this is a producer, and how the producer has manufactured the goods and how it will be provided at the end to consumer. So we will use all the stages and see all the stages how they will work in this example. Okay, so suppose this is a producer. So first the producer has purchased raw material to manufacture the goods. So first stage is purchase of raw material. Second, production. Now the producer has start the production. Second stage is production. Third, warehousing of finished goods. Fourth is selling to wholesalers, and next stage is sale to retailers, and last stage is selling to the end consumer. Okay, so children, these are the process which was followed by any producer. So this is a process, and these are the steps which are followed by every producer when he has produced any product, and at the end when he provide the product into the to the consumers. So first the first producer has prepared arranged the raw material. Second, now now the firm has prepared and production will be start. Third, warehousing, where on the product will be tagged and trademark and logo will be applied. Third stage will be warehousing of finished good. Next stage, selling to wholesaler. Now the producer has sent the product to wholesaler, and next stage is sale to retailers, and last is selling to the end consumer. Graph, we can prepare a graph. So according this, buying raw material. So first the producer has purchased raw material. Second, now the producer has manufacture start. Okay, after the manufacturing, sale to wholesaler. Next stage will be apply sale to retailer, and at the end sale to consumer. Okay, so according the graph, first the producer has purchased raw material, after then the making manufacturing, and third stage will be applied sale to wholesaler. After that sale will be applied to retailer, and at the end product will be sent to consumer. Okay, so this is a graph. So children, according now in this example, so GST will be applied. So GST are 3 taxes applicable under this system: CGST, SGST, and IGST. Okay, so GST are 3 taxes applicable under the system. So according children, GST will be applied in 3 types of system: CGST, Central Goods and Service Tax; SGST, State Goods and Service Tax; and IGST, Inter Goods and Service Tax. Now I will explain an example. So first, CGST. First CGST, this tax collected by the central government when sale will be held in state only. Okay, so children, CGST will be applied when sale will be held in state only, Example like a transaction happening within Mumbai. Okay, so CGST will be applied when sale will be held in state only, not in another state. Suppose a transaction happening within Maharashtra or Mumbai, that time tax will be applied CGST. Second is SGST, State Goods and Service Tax. This tax collected by the state government on an sale. Okay, example, same intra-state, also intra-state. Example, a transaction happening within Maharashtra. So SGST, State Goods and Service Tax. This tax collected by the state's government on sale. Intrastate, a transaction happening within Maharashtra, same state. When the sale will be used in same state, that time two types of tax will be charged. First, CGST, central government tax, and second is state government taxes. Next is third, IGST. This tax is collected by the central government for on interstate sale. So interstate sale, when sale will be used in another state. Okay, that time IGST tax will be applied. CGST and SGST tax will be applied when sale by the producer used in same state, and when the producer has sent his product or her product in another state, that time IGST tax will be charged. Okay, so according this example, suppose a producer Maharashtra to Tamil Nadu. So suppose a producer has manufactured the product in Maharashtra, and now he has sent their product into Tamil Nadu. So that time IGST tax will be applied. Structure. I have prepared a structure under the new regime, under the SGST. First, transactions, new tax. Second, old tax, according to old tax, and revenue distribution. How the government has divided the income into central government or state government. So first, suppose sale within the state. Suppose now the sale has used in state only. State, that time CGST plus SGST. According new taxes, CGST and SGST tax will be charged. Old taxes, VAT plus excise duty. Many taxes will be applied in earlier. Excise duty, service taxes. So many taxes will be applied in earlier amendment, but now this time only one tax will be applied on any product or any state. Okay, that is called the GST. So revenue, that time revenue will be shared in equally between the central government or state government. Okay, so sale within state. Suppose sale when the sale will be used in on state, that time CGST SGST tax will be charged, and according in previous act, VAT, excise duty, service taxes, many taxes will be applied. But now this time, note, these type of taxes will be applied. Only two tax will be applied when the sale will be used in same state. That time tax will be used only CGST, central government tax, and state government tax, and the revenue will be divided in both the authority in equally. Okay. And second, when the sale to another state, when the sale will be used in another state, that time IGST tax will be charged. In also earlier previous in previous act, sale central sales tax, state sale tax, excise duty, excise duties, service taxes, and many more taxes has applied. But now this time again, sale, when the producer has sale their product in another state, that time one tax will be applied, only one tax will be applied, that is called IGST, and their taxes will be not be applied in both the cases now this time. And the revenue only type of tax, central plus interstate. Okay, so children, when the producer or any manufacturing unit will sell his product or her product in same state, that time two tax will be applied, CGST and SGST, and both the taxes will be divided in equal distribution. All this is the revenue of the government, and this revenue will be divided in both the authorities, central government and state government, in equal ratio. When the producer or any manufacturing unit will be sell his or her product in another state, that time one tax will be applied, IGST, and this revenue will be distributed according to central government or according to interstate government. Okay, so now this time GST is a tax which will be applicable in a whole nation, and same procedure, and or direct tax also many type of categories has defined in this according in this process and transaction, how we will transact and how we will the taxes will apply on this, I have defined. So children, according this I have explained three types of taxes. First, CGST, second SGST, and third is IGST. Now I have explained a example for this. Suppose Ramesh, Ramesh, suppose Ramesh a dealer. So children, suppose Ramesh a dealer in Punjab sell goods to Seema in Punjab worth 10,000. So children, according this case, Ramesh a dealer also live in Punjab and he sell his goods to Seema in Punjab. So same state he has sell his goods for rupees 10,000. If the GST rate is 18%, so according this 10,000 selling will be applied 18% GST as a tax. So 9% tax will be paid to central government and 9% tax will be sent to state government. So according this 10,000 into 18 upon 100, now the tax total amount tax will be 900. According 1800, sorry, according this 900 will go to central government and 900 will go to tax in Punjab government. So children, according this, when sale will be held in same state, that time CGST and SGST tax will be applied. Okay, in a fixed manner. So according this, Ramesh live in Punjab Also, he has sell his goods to Seema. She also live in Punjab, and Ramesh sell the goods for 10,000 rupees to her. So according this 18% GST tax has applied on their goods. So 18% GST according 1800 will be tax will have to pay Ramesh. So according this 900 tax will pass or will go to central government, and 900 tax will go to Punjab government. In another example, now I have explained IGST. IGST means Integrated Goods or Service Tax. Revenue collected under IGST is divided between central state government as per the rates specified by the government. IGST is charged on transfer of goods or service from one state to another. Import of goods and services are also covered under IGST. For example, if the goods are transferred from Madhya Pradesh to Rajasthan. So children, now the goods transferred in two states, Madhya Pradesh to Rajasthan. Then this transaction will attract IGST. Now this time IGST tax will be applied on this type of transaction. Let's extend the above example to understand SGST. If Ramesh in Madhya Pradesh sell goods to Anand in Rajasthan. Now Ramesh live in Madhya Pradesh and he sell goods to Anand in Rajasthan. So both the state are another. Rupees 1 lakh. Applicable GST rate is 18%. Now 1 lakh tax will be applied 18%. So according this 18,000 tax he has paid. So 9% GST total equal. They will divide the revenues among them. 9% GST and SGST, CGST and SGST. In this case, the dealer will charge 18,000 as IGST will go to the central government. So when the IGST will be charged, that time total tax will be paid only to the central government. No state government will be applied. Only central government has received the tax. Okay children, so today I have explained another or important topic, that is goods and service tax. Now also I have covered this chapter, so you have to follow all the instructions, and you will learn all the theories and numerical questions which I have explained in the videos, and prepare all the notes which I have provided in the homework portal. So children, take care. Goodbye. Hello everyone, how are you? I hope you all will be fine and safe. Children, in previous video, I had explained the concept systems of accounting. Children, it is two types. First, single entity system, and second is double entity system. Single entity system also called cash basis accounting, and double entity system called accrual basis of accounting. So children, according to cash basis accounting, under this method, only cash transactions are recorded in the books of accounts. Entries are made only if cash is received or paid. This system is suitable for professional people like doctors, lawyers. B can. They only receive the money or paid the money in return. So, accrual basis of accounting, under this method, all the transactions are recorded in the books of accounts which are related to both the aspects cash or credit. According this, the firm has prepared a bill or raised a invoice for credit transaction. This basis is adopted by business enterprises with profit motive. So children, according this cash basis of accounting, in this method only cash transactions has record by the firm. And accrual basis of accounting means when both type of aspects, both type of transactions the firm has record in their accounts, that is cash basis or credit basis. Okay, so today I will start a new concept, and this is the last concept of chapter 2, theory base of accounting. Concept is goods and service tax. One country, one tax. So according to the NCERT book, GST is a destination based on consumption of goods and service. It is proposed to be levied at all stages right from manufacture up to final consumption with credit of taxes paid at previous stages available as set off. There